Okay, it says you're live.
We are live. All right.
Hi, everybody.
We're trying this from the computer.
We are doing something new today. We are on slow mode. So the comments will go a little bit slower. So hopefully for all of us, this will be a little better. We have Patcom Studios and Billy and Cookie Board.
Hello, everybody.
And nice. Just waiting for Donna as always. Cute. I love the first page of this idea was hoping you did more. That's Cookie Board.
Thanks. Yeah, I started this one like a week ago and never got around to it. So I thought, well, let's try that this morning.
Everybody likes October.
Just
do your first few days a little bit early.
Yeah. This is just not really my specialty, so.
Yeah, but it's fun. I like her. I think she's cool. She's drinking some tea and she has a nice book and a blanket and I don't know, it's a different take on the traditional Inktober. Billy says we'll be fun. I can't wait. Veronica says hi, everybody.
Hello.
We've got Miroslav waving hi, and Brittany says hi, and Stephner's here and says morning.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ariana and Alex and Bad and Paulina and Zara's Tail. Everybody says hi. Walker says hello, Scott.
Hello.
Big Fan says I love your drawing so much. Lead Dragon retracted a message. Oh, what's going on there?
Come on. There you go.
Apparently we're having a music competition.
That's because the stupid thing it's playing that bad song with all the bass.
There you go. Okay. So Cookie Board says she looks like an old chill grandma. She does.
Yeah.
She? Except that honestly, I would like to be chilling in someplace cooler with a nice cup of tea and a book right now. That would be great. I would love that. Alfonso says hi, and Jolly says hello.
Hello.
Sakshi says hello, both of you.
Hello. How's everybody?
Little waving emojis. Hey, I can finally see the little waving emojis. They don't just like go past me so fast. Veronica loves your art style. Bethany's here.
Oh, hey, Bethany.
Zara's Tail wants to know how everybody is.
Doing good.
Emmeline says, hello, how are you, Scott?
Doing good, thank you.
Wingman says, I'm cooler than you, and not to take it personally.
Oh, I don't. I like it that you're cooler than me.
It reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants art style. Love it. That's Waffles Toasty.
I love it.
Billy says Octo-Brrr. Amir says hi, and Toast says hi, and Jazzy says hi from, I think that's Iran.
Oh.
And Alien says sup.
Sup.
Oh, hey, Ellen's here. She says, good morning. You got slow mode on with little happy hands.
I hope it works.
Yeah, we're trying it this morning.
We're trying slow-mo today so that way Donna could read all of the comments.
Yep. Walker says, this is so cute. Thank you for making another Octo-Brrr cartoon. I'm currently doing my homework.
Oh, my pleasure. I've been really busy trying to get all of my my work out of the way and before we go to Venice. So this is actually good.
He's actually getting caught up, you guys, which is not
I've made 9 videos for while we're gone.
Yeah.
They're old Inktober's.
Commissions and some other work. And oh, you guys, we have some fun things we're hopefully going to be able to tell you about very, very, very soon.
Yeah. We
are working on contracts for some things, which is super, super, super exciting. So we are hopeful that we'll be able to tell you. Caitlin, hey Scott, I just want to say thank you for being my artistic father figure. Hope it's not weird to say that, but it's true.
Oh.
You have been my guide in art for so long. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Floof says hello. Let's see. She reminds me of a grandma that will give you candy even though your parents say no candy.
No candy.
I think every parent says no candy. The drawing looks really good. Hi from the Middle East.
Hello.
First stream. Oh, Priya's first stream. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Hello, and the drawing looks very good. You're so good at art. It's always nice to watch you draw.
Oh, thank you.
Hi from KSA. I don't know what that is. But I love October and autumn in general. This is such a cute drawing. I know, right? That's shocking.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get these lines good.
I love your artwork. Your short videos are the best content on my YouTube feed. Thanks for making them. That's Sapazu.
Oh, thank you.
Menu says, wow, I am from Nepal. Oh, you're where the red pandas live. Oh my God. I want to go. Do you have room? Do you have a guest room? Do you have space for me? I don't take up a lot of space. I want to meet a red panda one day. Cheetle says, good morning. I'm quite tired and I just got a notification from you now. Haha, it's actually 12:04 for me.
Oh, wow.
Lord Devil says, I love your work. Alfonso says, hello from India.
Hello.
Says, hello from Hungary. How are you so good at making art? I tried watercolors today and I sucked so much. I love your art. That's big tuna, dude.
I think the thing about art is to know that I suck too. We all suck at it.
There's just varying levels of suckage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is to be
to us is like a masterpiece.
But to be okay with where you are, because what I'm doing now, I couldn't do 2 years ago. And
that's actually very true, people.
So it's just one of those things where you just need to.
There have been some people too who've tracked all along the way. Like Richard has said he noticed at the very beginning, way back when we were first starting, and there was like 10 of you with us, that he noticed your improvement in how, not in necessarily your speed, but in your just improvement in your drawing, which just goes to show that no matter how old you are, there's always room for improvement, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, it just means we can always all learn. Pixie Arts is freaking out. You're continuing a series. There's a whole lot of O's there. Please stop being so talented. I can't. I'm from India. Just got my first watercolor set today after binging watching your short sets, Chloe.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay, another October page. The first one was super cute. I love trying creative outlets. Do you have any tips for watercolors?
Yeah, there's a bunch in the art hacks page.
I love your art. They're so cool.
Or playlist, sorry.
You're my idol. Holly Does Art says good morning.
Good morning.
When he is done with the inking, can he zoom in for a bit so we can see the line work? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Please do that. Have you ever made a penguin? I'm excited to see how your art style would be with that animal.
I don't know if I ever have drawn a penguin. You would think I would at some point.
You've drawn so many animals. When will you travel to India? Oh, gosh.
We were supposed to be there last year. I was writing and directing a film.
Yep, and then it got scrapped. That's happening.
So
a lot of our friends lately.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
Where did you get your watercolors?
Usually from Blick, the online store.
Maybe in one episode, the octopus will get a pet penguin. Or maybe she could dress up like a penguin. Let's give Scott a really tough thing to do. Let's let him make the octopus dress up like a penguin. Oh my God, you guys are funny. Greetings from Indonesia. I love your videos. What is your art's guilty pleasure? Like your favorite thing to draw?
Hair. That's why I did a whole hair journal.
I started watching you some time ago. It was a great idea. I'm so happy because there's an event going on at one of the parks on the 23rd, and it's so soon. What's your favorite art supply?
Just this colored pencil.
Wait, is that the trans flag?
Oh, on my banner? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what they were looking at. I love your art. They're so cool. You're like my idol. Talking about penguins, I once painted a penguin wearing a light vest. Oh, that one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Did we decide if it's going to be Prawns and Prejudice or Sense and Cephalopods?
I like Sense and Cephalopods.
Cephalopod starts with a C, though.
It does. You can do Sense as in CENTS, Sense and Cephalopods. Cloudy drew a bunch of hands. This person says a tree. Yes,
okay, you're gonna have to tell me.
Scott, that drawing is so cool. What?
Hold on a second. How do you spell cephalopods?
Oh,
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
CEPHALOPOD. Wow.
Yeah, cephalopod. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. You really inspire Billy. GPK and Enzo wants to know what they should draw.
Nope, can't fit it.
My answer is always a red panda. I don't know. I haven't seen your messages or any deletes. Anime boy. I don't know.
That is a big word.
We have not tried pasta markers yet. We were working on that. It's probably, honestly, guys, going to be after we get back. So October at some point. We will go buy some pasta markers and we will get Scott to try them. And he has tried painting with acrylic paints. Why don't you please tell Riven and Peters what you think of acrylic paints?
I don't like them.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, you do not have to apologize for being late. Have you guys ever encountered spam in your live chat? Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
So much spam. What is your coolest art supply?
My coolest art supply?
Yeah.
Large Marge.
Oh, Large Marge is very cool. I have an art contest in October, and you inspired me to try new watercolor techniques such as improving my inking. That's Daniela.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's great.
All right, what color is she? Okay, she's pink with purple.
Did you do something on TikTok? Because you don't have TikTok because you live in India and our government has a law. Oh, you know what? We were on there, but YouTube is better for our type of live.
Yeah, YouTube is where we're mainly at.
They notify people.
Can you guys see the palette okay?
It's a little skewed, but yes, we can see it.
Okay.
See? I cannot do anything without listening to music. It sucks without music. You know what? It's hard here because we don't get to listen to the music that Scott likes, but we can have the non-copyrighted stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're in an art block?
I made a video about that.
He did. And the second thing that happens is I smack him on the back of the head. Sorry, just kidding. Petition for Scott to do Squid Timber.
Squid Timber.
Have you painted your Patronus yet?
No.
Do you even know what your Patronus is?
I don't.
I don't remember what mine is.
I have painted a Patronus, but it was somebody else's.
Yeah. What type of art supply do you like the most?
I think the watercolor.
Are you going to do a part 3?
Well, I have a whole sketchbook, so because we're going to be missing a third of October.
Correct.
I just know I wasn't going to be able to do it every day, so I think I'm just going to do them as I can, and then we'll see what happens.
But you guys are welcome to take it in any direction you want to.
Yeah, if you guys want to join in.
Draw them cartoony, draw them realistic, draw them in the little, sequence of different things, or draw the ones that Scott's drawing. Where do you get your pen that you outline with?
That I get them normally from Jet Pens, but actually Blick has them for sale, and so they're called Zebra brush pens, and they're in my art supply list.
Yeah, mods, could you guys, one of you, drop the art supply list in for people real quick? I want an episode where the Octo-Brrr gets a life partner.
Oh. maybe they're ice skating somewhere.
Oh, and they're holding a couple of hands. That would be cute. Any chance for a rock and roll inspired notebook? Good question.
Yeah.
Only if there's big hair involved. What is your favorite art style?
I would say either Art Nouveau or Pre-Raphaelite.
You know what? I don't remember what my Patronus is. I'm sorry, Squeaky. I wish I did. What's your favorite color?
Payne's Gray. This one right here.
Also, what art supply do you hate the most?
Probably acrylics or oils.
And what paint set would you recommend for complete beginners as opposed to partial beginners? I'm just joking, weirdo.
Well, if you're at least good at drawing, so when you say you're a beginner, I'm assuming you feel comfortable with your drawing, because otherwise drawing is the most important thing, just pencil and paper. But if you're like, okay, no, I know how to draw and I want to start painting, then I would say watercolors is pretty simple.
So then Suryanashi's Universe says, I've watched every video of yours at least 13 times.
Wow.
Please make more shorts on gouache. I'm still struggling with those.
All right, I'll try. Thank you.
I really like this drawing. It's really cute. I know, isn't it cute? Donna, your park video lives rent free in my head.
The unpacking one, maybe? Or you in the park?
Oh, you guys are so funny. Where do you get your watercolors, honey?
You asked that. Blick.
No, this is another person.
Oh, okay, okay.
What do you think about grid art? Is it good to draw?
Yeah, I mean, it's how we learn. The grid method is how we learn. It's it's when you can't trace it, because you have a projector or something else, then the grid method works really good. I learned that in high school.
Scott actually at one point started a grid method for the three of us to do, me and our boys, and it actually was fun. I have the attention span of a flea when I'm not completely into things, so I'm always jumping from one thing to the next thing. So we didn't stick with it, I guess. Will there be a drawing with a car because of Octo-Brrr?
I don't know.
Oh my
Blow
God.
dryer. Hold on. This is still wet, so I'm just going to let it.
Okay. So which one do you like better, watercolor or gouache?
It depends on my mood, but if I had to pick just one, it would probably be watercolor.
For watercolors, do you suggest a more vibrant and saturated paint or something less pigmented, so to layer or not overdo it and have better control over the shades?
The colors I pick are pretty saturated. They're not neon or anything like that, but I like the more saturated because you can always dull it down, but you can't saturate paints. So I like the more saturated ones that you can eventually kind of dull down a little bit.
Okay, I didn't understand that completely. You like the more saturated ones that you can dull down. So when you would add water to lighten it up, that's what you're saying. You want
That'll soften it, or you can add other
Okay.
colors to it to mute it.
Okay.
But you can't make a pigment. Like I can't make this brown red. Like I can't make it bright red. This
Right.
this red right here is really, really dark. I
Okay.
can't make it this red, but I can make this red that by adding some purple to it.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. Do you like to read? If so, what's your favorite genre?
I'm not much of a reader. I'll listen to some audiobooks from time to time, but it's always fantasy for me.
Most of the time, honestly, he listens to music. Honey, what's the size of the brush you're using right now?
This current one is a number 6.
Okay. I wanted to say thank you for posting your art videos. You inspired me and my friend and even helped with our art. Whenever I watch a few of your videos, I immediately motivated to draw.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Right now, he's using Winsor & Newton paints. They are directly from the tube, but he lets them dry on the palette. Will you ever try cake watercolors?
I think I have. Isn't that the same as the ones that are in the pan, or in the?
I don't know. Is there a cake watercolor?
I don't know. Blow dryer.
Do you need help or any tips for visual art?
Oh, thanks. I think I've downloaded a bunch of brushes for Photoshop. I went into Photoshop because I'm like, I know Photoshop, and I'm just kind of playing around. So we'll see what happens.
We have a lot of trans friends joining us today, and they really love that you're supportive.
Welcome. We love you all.
Okay, so hold on a second. Donna's recommended book series. If you're talking about classics, I recommend anything Jane Austen. Please give it a try. Her commentary on the social status and social things of the time is phenomenal. If you're talking about something current, the best current book that I've read, fiction-wise, was The Cartographers. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. So I would try that. What's your favorite superhero to draw?
Batman.
Since you listen to music, what's your favorite genre of music?
I don't have a favorite genre, but we grew up in the 80s, so it's probably more 70s and 80s and 90s.
Anything electric guitar and big hair.
Though Seal is my favorite. Okay, so I'm trying to decide what a good color for the background is going to be. So for this one, how did I get water on? I did teal, but this is kind of like a setting, so I'm trying to think of what might be good. Yeah, thanks, honey.
I was trying to think of like the walls in here.
I thought you were just saying the first thing that came to mind.
I was looking at the walls in here, and I was thinking it would give it a nice homey vibe. This is a good question from Godfrey. Do you wish you could have a different art style? And if not, what's your favorite art style?
Do I wish I could have it? I wish I could draw out of my head.
Oh,
I wish I could draw and I know I'm doing this out of my head, but I'm not happy with it. But I wish I could draw comic books, just the way that people can just.
We have friends who can draw out of their head, and it always amazes Scott.
It is so amazing.
Are you making any prints of Octo-Brrr?
We'll see when I finish. Right now, I am, going to start when we get back from Italy. I'm going to start looking at the animals and seeing how we could do those. Mm-hmm. Whether as like a.
Maybe we could do the Octo-Brrr ones as a download. So you could just post them and people could just download them.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I wind up doing all 30, we'll look at that. True. But okay. I'm just saying for now, we've got 30 animals, and I'd like to see what we can do with it.
We talked about stickers for the animals. I think those would be great as stickers.
Yeah.
This would be. Okay. I'll tag you in a TikTok for help on a sketch. Would you help me?
If I can, yes, I will.
When Tona reads your comment. You guys are funny. That's why I'm here, to read your comments, you silly people. What gear do you use to shoot your vids? Love them, by the way.
Thanks. It is always just an iPhone.
Oh. As a trans woman, I appreciate that you include LGBT characters.
Oh, of course. Of course.
You said that Seal was your favorite singer.
Yes.
Hey, Scott, I'm a digital artist, but I want to do physical art. What kind of method do I start with? Good question, Nicole.
Start with pencil and paper. And again, if you feel comfortable with your drawing, then you could move to something like watercolor. You may like something that's a little more thick, like acrylics. I would recommend either watercolor or gouache.
Okay. Scott has done anime before. Oh, Nixie is here. Hi, friends.
Hey, Misty.
Richard says, hey, how are you guys?
Hey, Richard.
We're good. Okay, guys, I am doing my best here by your comments. You guys are so funny. Even on slow-mo, you guys are funny. Can you make October at a park? Oh, where the leaves fall, and that's the aesthetic. Oh my God, how cute would that be?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fictional character to draw?
Well, Batman, but I also like drawing Gandalf or Snape.
You love Snape. You do a good Snape.
Blow dryer. Okay.
That is on YouTube. Let's see. Snape all the way. It's midnight for me, but good morning to you, Slayer. Let's see. Freya's got a lead. Could you draw Disney princesses in your style? Tips on starting out with gouache.
Yeah. You're gonna work your midtones first, and then go to your darks, and then come in with your lights later. Not like you do
a midtone. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
These are midtones right here.
So like the browns, but not too deep.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to keep going deeper all the way into your blacks, and then you're going to come in later with the light and pull out the light with the, It
would be cool seeing October dressed up for Halloween. I know, right? Scott, your streams are the best. They make me feel calm. That's Wolfer. This
Oh,
is the
thank
first
you.
time I've seen such a good chatting system. Oh, thank you. It's not a mistake. It's a masterpiece. You are my inspiration because I want to be a Disney animator. I'm a teenager, by the way. That's Loyalty Lion.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I have a question. How do you fix mistakes while inking? Like a too thick line or a thin line that's not supposed to be there?
Usually you can get some white ink like this and white over it. It just depends on, are you going to be doing any painting over that? Because once you put the white ink, it's going to be a little more difficult.
Tom to Tip says, do you have any tips for how to afford art supplies?
Well, I mean, art supplies only need to be a pencil and paper to make art. I mean, you can make all the art you want for that. So it just depends on if you want to start getting into watercolor. There are cheap watercolors, but I've found them not to be very good. We're trying out some from a company called Grabby, but you really kind of have to see what you can find. But the most important thing is the paper.
Okay, for all of you that are asking for recommendations for art supplies like notebooks and pencils and everything else, if you go to Scott's supply list, art supply list, you can look in there and you will find, and also in the resources list, art supplies that we've tried. So he's tried the Artex colored pencils. You can get a whole set of 72 pencils for like $27. The books, sketchbooks that he gets, you can get them for $5 at Michael's.
Yeah, I'm trying to try as much cheaper stuff as possible.
We are trying to get those up there for you guys. We're also working with a company to get art supplies into the hands of people who cannot afford them. So we're working on that as well. That's not happening right this second, but it will be happening. And in January, we are going to be giving away a bunch of art supplies that Scott's tried and gently used. And we'll be doing that in January. So
blow dryer.
look for that.
So I'm trying to establish where the lighting is going to come from. Obviously, it's going to come from here. So I'm now going to add a little bit of shadow.
Where do you normally purchase your art supplies?
Usually Blick or our local art store, Plaza in Nashville.
Jelly wants some tips on using charcoal pencils, which I know you haven't used in a long time.
Yeah. I remember we would work with the Vine charcoal first to get your shapes and your figure and everything, and then come in with the charcoal pencils later. But I remember, you'd have like a chamois to do smudges and stuff. And
what color should the snake be, brown or white? Brown. The octopus looks like a character from the Muppets. Do you like Shrek?
Yeah, it was okay.
Mubashir is a student, and they're 12 years old, and they would like some tips.
Draw everything every day.
If you could use only one color forever, what would it be?
Probably that black cherry for the colored pencil.
Who is your idol?
I've got many of them.
Can you give advice on which sketchbook?
If it's a sketchbook, just get the like if you're just drawing, I would get the Blick one. It's nice and cheap. But otherwise, I would get if it's watercolors, I like the Be Creative.
Have you ever drawn an alligator? By the way, I love your art. That's Alexandra.
I did. Well, I don't know if it was an alligator or a crocodile. I guess it's an alligator, yeah, because it was at the zoo, right?
Yes.
So let's see. There he is.
Yep. We have 5 mods, but I think there's 4 of them that are here right now. Rosie, Scott has several videos in the Art Hacks playlist about how to draw eyes. So check those out. Please try Brustro Gouache. I live in India, and this is the best brand available here. Please compare yours and Brustro and tell if there's any difference.
I will see if we can get my hands on them.
Yeah, let me write that Sam. Totally out of focus, honey.
Huh?
Totally out of focus.
What is?
Is it better now? Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, it just refocused. It was completely out of focus. Sorry. Do you ever get artist paralysis? A lot of times I find myself scared of progressing and finishing my drawings because it took so long to sketch it and I'm afraid of messing up the finished product.
No, because I've learned that if I'm in a situation where I have a drawing that I really like and I don't want to see it go, like get ruined, I will scan it in. That way, if I do mess up, I can always print it out and do it again and trace it.
Yep. Pause. Scott does not work with oils. If you have questions on oil paints, Bethany Primrose is our resident oil painter, and she would be more than happy to help you with that. What sketchbook are you drawing in for this series, honey?
This is by Loy, the French Chinese company. Blow dryer. It is an average, sketchbook. The paper's thick enough. Obviously, it's not bleeding through or anything like that. I think you could probably draw on both sides with no problem. Again, still my favorite is to be creative, but all right. So let's see.
Okay.
So
we've got a couple people who want you to try different things. He's probably not going to try oil pastels again, you guys. That's just.
I bought a set. I got to get around to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff that he's got to do first. Let's see. I never understood how he can layer watercolor no matter how hard I try. It just doesn't layer. That's Dr. Two Brains. Well,
you just got to go. You got to start looking at everything from the lightest color and then work your way to the darkest.
Also, you're drawing in between. Maybe that it helps the layering process because it's dry when you put more on.
Yeah, you definitely want to dry it.
That's why he uses the hair dryer, blow dryer. Quickie, once you're done sketching a drawing, you think it looks amazing, but when you color it in, it looks not as good as before you started coloring it. How do you make it look good in color?
Oh, that's kind of what happened. I was working on, I think her name is Disa from Rings of Power, and I liked the drawing, and I started working on it, and I just started losing the drawing, and I wasn't enjoying it, so I just kind of tossed it off to the side. It just happens from time to time. That's why I started doing this, where I do my pencils, and then I ink it, and then the watercolors aren't going to cover up the ink, and that's why I like that. But when I do gouache paintings, yeah, sometimes I love the drawing, and then the painting doesn't come out good.
Okay, so how thick a paper do you prefer using?
Definitely 300 GSM.
Is it okay not to finish art?
Yeah, of course. I would say this. It's really good to finish art because you really want to, it doesn't matter if you love it or not, give yourself a time frame. I find that a lot of young artists spend, days and days on a single piece. And I just don't think that's any help. I think you guys should spend an hour, 2 at the most on a piece and then move on. And just keep learning and learning and learning with each one.
You guys are funny. You're really good at painting traditionally.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Lydia, any tips for staying home with sick kids?
Ugh.
No, I'm so sorry. Enjoy the live in between the sick kids and try not to get sick yourself. Do you have a character you draw again and again?
No.
Have you named your blow dryer?
No.
Yes, you did. Roger.
I didn't. Misty did.
Do you like watercolors or gouache?
I like them both, but if I had to pick one right now, it would be watercolors.
Silly question. Who's the bed hog in the relationship? My fiance and I are currently in a power struggle of kicking each other off the bed at night.
Donna.
No.
And
I don't hog the bed, I hog the covers. There's a difference.
Blow dryer.
they're a starter to watercolors and they need tips. Can you help?
Yes, work light to dark. And there's a video as well.
He yells blow dryer because people have to pull their AirPods out because it hurts their ears with the blow dryer. It's so funny. Have you ever drawn Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, he's drawn so many Harry Potter characters.
I love drawing Luna.
So many times.
There's
if
you look, just look up Harry Potter on my site, on my YouTube channel, and you'll see there's at least 2 videos, and you'll see a bunch of them.
Where did you get the glued down pad of watercolor paper?
Oh, that is from Etcher Labs.
Julia says, I have to start by saying I love your art and it's inspired me to start practicing again. In terms of an art book, how do you feel about Canson? Oh my goodness, Canson. He loves it.
Yeah. I use the Canson, just the big watercolor, but usually the XL. And I used to use it for my sketchbook, for my travel journal too, before I discovered the Be Creative. But they're both wonderful.
What would you say would be the best medium to get into art for a beginner?
Pencil and paper.
Try making a fresco.
Blow dryer. All right, it's too wet. It's not going to do anything.
She says, you're the inspiration to many teenagers like me. People need inspiration more than tutorials. You inspire, and you continue making art and trying new things. You're the best.
Oh, that is so kind of you. I'm not a teacher, but I hopefully I can at least, when I struggle, I want you guys to see, I'm struggling too.
Gabrielle would like a flip through of your sketchbooks.
Sure.
And Hannah says, can we have more hour-long painting sessions to follow along to, something we can access later on?
Yeah. I'll always try to do that. I like painting something in particular with you guys.
The Klooch wants to know how you feel about digital drawing ever since you got that tablet.
I think it is definitely not intuitive, but I don't think it's made for traditional artists. I think it's made for digital artists, and I've watched digital artists work, and they work with lasso tools and they shapes and this and that, and they use a lot of filters, and I just think it's amazing, but it's not the same as traditional art, and so it's not really set up for people like me. That said, I mean, I've been using Photoshop for 30 years, since it first came out. So I know the software very well. I just never could get the hang of painting in it.
Do you have any tips for fixing ruined pages in your art journal? That's Anandita. What exactly do you mean by ruined, I think, is where we need clarification. Like there's a hole in the paper? Or
you just didn't like the piece?
Yeah. Cookie Board wants to know, if you had to choose just one type of style to draw in forever, what do you think it would be?
If I could do it well, it would be a comic book style, I think. But I mean, honestly, I would love to do either romantic or pre-Raphaelite. I think that would be fun.
Parker wants to know how you got into drawing. They got into drawing because their mother always draws and they like to watch her.
That's how I got into drawing. Mm-hmm. My mom was an artist too.
What's something you bought that you just haven't touched since?
I don't know.
He's not good at math at all. Not at all.
We really don't. We bought a record player. We really don't use it that often.
How did you find your drawing style?
I'm still finding it.
And
so
there's a video on that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have any advice for me to try to become better at drawing?
Practice.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried alcohol markers?
Yes, I did a video on it.
Did you go to art school? And if so, where did you go? And did you like it?
I went to the Academy of Art in San Francisco, and I liked it a little bit. I'd never liked school though.
That is not exactly what you would call a student.
I'm not a good student, that's for sure.
I'm working on a sketchbook to draw country flags. I did Brazil. Can you give me one, please?
Oh, Denmark.
Can you speak different languages?
I cannot.
I feel like I'm drifting away from art every day. My mother's a teacher and she wants me to focus in school. What do I do while I'm so under pressure?
You can finish school, but you can also have a journal and just sketch the world around you each day. Blow dryer. All right, I still have a lot more colors to add, but I think I want to get into some of her little details because that'll make me feel better. So I'm going to put in the spots.
Okay. Any tips for what to draw when you're bored?
Draw what you see.
Steffner says, Scott, stop. Unless you skipped class or were disruptive in class, do not call yourself a bad student. Everyone learns differently.
Well, I definitely skipped class. I wasn't disruptive in class. I was never.
Don't skip every class.
No.
Just the ones you didn't want to go to, like art history.
Yeah, I hated it.
Have you watched Stranger Things?
We watched the first 3 seasons. We haven't watched the recent one.
Okay, Barina says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like the piece you're working on?
5.
Are you going to draw Queen Elizabeth?
No.
Do you do anything with the Nashville art community? I take classes at the Centennial Art Center. It's always fun to meet all the local artists.
I didn't even know they had that, honestly.
Oh, Anavita says, by ruined, this is what you ruin a sketchbook. I mean, drawing that I don't like, but the other side of the same page has a drawing I do like, so I don't want to tear the paper.
Oh, yeah. There's a video. If you saw the video with this one, I really liked this piece, but I messed this one up. And so I wiped it off and I did another painting. You can see it's really overworked and the paper's very, very chunky, kind of seen through. It's not my favorite, but I salvaged it a little bit. But yeah, it happens to all of us. On the hair journal, I actually cut out the page and moved it over and then continued. And I mean, there's always something you can do. You can always paste something on top of the back page if you don't like it.
Neil wants to know if you're going to start a new challenge.
I will eventually. We have a lot on the horizon, and so I didn't want to start something I couldn't finish.
You can join us for October if you want. Do you like doing October? That's perfect.
This is only my second one. I always feel a little weird about it because I feel a little weird about it because I don't really like my drawings when I draw out of my head. I like using reference, but we'll see.
Aisha says, I'm so excited. I was just watching the video where you told us about this idea, and I'm super excited to see how this one turns out.
Oh, thanks.
What's your preferred size of sketchbook? You always seem to have a different one.
6 inches by 9 inches, or this is 5.5 by 8.5, so it's wider, but shorter. So this is 6 by 9. I'll use whatever, but I mean, if I get a preference, it's usually around 5 by 8.
Should I use a 2B pencil for sketching or a 6B pencil?
Oh, so 2B or not 2B? It depends on what you want to do.
Well, the B pencils are softer, so they smudge a little bit more, and the H pencils don't smudge, so you can ink over them and you won't get smudging. Yeah,
I like the H's for when I'm going to ink because I don't want smudging. They go all the way? Yeah, they do. Okay.
Do you like doing October?
So far, it's pretty fun.
Scott has never tried to make his own art supplies. Notebooks, anything else, nothing. Did you like Stranger Things?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I never really got too into any kind of scary horror stuff, and it wasn't like bad or anything, but it's just not normally my thing. But it was okay. We watched it with our son. I think he liked it more than anybody else.
Have you tried paint pens before?
No, but we were sent some.
Are you going to be doing Inktober?
I am going to post some old ones I did in 2020 for while we're gone.
Have you considered giving Donna a mic for the streams?
We did once. I bought like a thing where you can hear us both, but I think she was just overpowering everything.
Gosh. Okay. So many questions about sketchbooks. How many do you have? Do you work in different things with different mediums? Just talk about how many sketchbooks you have and what you use them for.
Oh, I have probably 30 or 40 of them. I tend to use them for anything from stuff like this or mostly for my travel. I like to travel and I like to, I mean, I don't like to travel, but I like to fill a travel journal.
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Did you
But can you guys see how she's starting to come together with the little details?
tell what pen you're using right now?
This is a micron. This is it's a 0.005. It's for really fine detail, and it's subtle, but I like I like all of the. You can get these like little squiggles and marks and stuff, and it gives her some texture.
What kind of element bender from Avatar: The Last Airbender would you be, and who is your favorite character?
Oh, I think air would be the funnest. I think maybe Earth would be the most practical. But
You think?
yeah, I mean, there's always Earth, and fire you have to find, water you have to find. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, unless you're out in the ocean. But I'm saying Earth, like Toph had she could do so many things, and then if not, like I said, I think Aang could do so much with there's always air,
Okay. So someone says, I'm a young artist and you're a huge inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Maruna says, how does your paper not shred when layering watercolor? Whenever I try to add more layers to watercolor, the paper shreds and ruins the whole drawing.
That's because you're just not using good paper. That's not your fault. That's the paper. That's why I say you need good thick paper.
What set do you prefer for beginning watercolors?
I would recommend probably the Cotman, the Winsor & Newton. I use Winsor & Newton, and they have a student version, which is the Cotman brand.
Do you keep a general sketchbook that you draw whatever in to log your progress?
That's probably my travel one. So like, if we go somewhere, I'm hanging out with friends, or we go on a trip, or whatever it might be, even just doing this kind of stuff. That's what this is.
If you were not able to use watercolor or gouache, what would be your favorite medium to work with?
Colored pencils.
Thank you for reigniting my love for art. That's neat.
Oh, my
What's
pleasure.
the name of the octopus?
We haven't come up with it yet. I don't know if I should name her Octavia or something else.
Oh, boy says, if I watch anything while studying, my mother will kill me. But I watch you while I'm studying, which I'm doing right now, and my mother isn't home.
Well, thank you.
Do you mix a lot of colors, or do you use pre-mixed colors too?
No, I use them straight from the tube. These are all straight from the tube.
And where do you mix them?
I don't.
You just layer the individual colors.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music when you do art?
Yes, I do.
How much GSM should watercolor paper be?
Well, it's not a should, but and I did a video where I test the different I test the different papers, and but I like 300 GSM, but I would say I don't know. Let me go and take a look at the Canson that I just used for Hold on.
Fuzzy says she looks like a Tenta Carla to me. What type of music do you listen to?
No, that was 300 GSM too. 80s and 90s and 70s music.
What's the best Star Wars movie?
Empire.
Do you have a list of? Do you have a standard list of colors you have on your palette?
Yes, it is in my art supply list. It is 12 colors.
Shadow says, thanks for being a huge inspiration for me. After being inactive for art for 2 years, I love painting and mixed media. Would you ever try mixed media?
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically what I'm doing right now is mixed media because it's ink and watercolors, but
and he'll probably slap some colored pencil on that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
I can see how the painting is coming together. It's amazing seeing the process. Are you going to be doing a Halloween series?
There will be, for at least the first 9 days, there's going to be some old Inktober videos.
Gabrielle, if you look up the comments, Stefner put in Scott's art supply list, and you can find where he buys them there. I really shaky hands, so doing small details is hard for me. Any tips? That was smelly.
Yes. You see how my hand is on the paper? Obviously, I make sure it's on a dry part. And then I'm only moving my fingers, so my hand can't shake. Otherwise, your hand could be up here and it's shaking, but if you rest it, it definitely helps.
No, Mika wants to know how much did all of your art supplies cost? We can't even quantify how much is art. Forget it. Just, there's no way. I couldn't even give you an estimate. If you ink the base layer and watercolor it, how is it not considered mixed media? Good question, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Would you please draw a fennec fox in a cartoonish style?
Can
you give me advice on cartoonish drawings?
Oh gosh, I am the worst person to ask. I'm very uncomfortable with this right now.
Have you taken any professional art courses to get where you are?
I was an illustration major in art school, so yeah, I did take some courses.
What's your favorite Lord of the Rings or Hobbit?
Character?
It just says, what's your favorite, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
Oh, my favorite is definitely The Hobbit.
If you had an opportunity, would you try welding art?
No, not really. I'll leave the welding. My son likes welding.
Your videos inspired me to go buy myself a sketchbook and start drawing stuff. Currently working on a sketch of the xenomorph queen from Aliens.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you give us different techniques for watercolor use?
If I think of any, yes.
What do you think about pastels as a base layer with colored pencils on top?
Pastels are really hard to put anything on top of them because they're so chalky. I mean, you're going to have to use a fixative.
Will you be doing national animal paintings? If so, can you do North Macedonia next? I think we're done with national animals.
For a while, yeah.
How do you have the patience while doing watercoloring that Sanskrita?
It is kind of zen. I listen to music and...
He makes the atmosphere very calming, which also means that Donna is not in the hobbit hole while he paints.
Yeah, Donna's chaos.
Yes. That's me.
Yep.
What exactly is a mixed medium, says Duchess Laura?
I think it's when you mix any two mediums.
Love your art and videos. Currently, I'm trying to teach myself how to draw. Any tips on drawing flowers?
Ooh, yeah. Look at a picture or look at the real. Then in real life, don't try to do it out of your head. There are people who are like, here's a easy way. You draw a triangle and then a circle, and you do this, and that's great for, like that one kind of thing. But the best thing to do is to just sit and draw every kind from every angle, and that's what like artists like Monet used to do. They used to just go and paint the same setting so many times over and over and over again.
Okay. Has he done a video where he draws superheroes?
I've got a couple of the MCU stuff. I've done Henry Cavill as Superman. I've done Batman's and the Jokers, and yeah, you'll see them usually if you look under the time-lapse playlist.
Do you often draw landscapes or mostly people and characters?
Mostly people and characters. The landscapes will be in my sketchbook.
Are you a fan of Kiss?
Oh, yeah.
I can't seem to perfect my sketch, but I really want to paint. All my coloring books are not my style. What should I do?
I'm sorry, one more time.
I can't seem to perfect my sketch, but I really want to use paint. All my coloring books are not my style. What should I do?
If you just, well, you're using the word perfect, so just remember there's no such thing as perfect. But if it's not clicking, try doing trying a different style or trying a different medium. If it's just not clicking.
Okay, they want a good basic gouache set recommendation.
I've never used a set. The only set that I got was the Hemi gouache, and I got the cheap Artist Loft one, which
yeah,
I would recommend the Hemi gouache for $50.
You can find that on Amazon, and I think we have that in the
Yeah.
art supplies we've tried.
Yeah.
We are dog people, not cat people, because I'm allergic to cats.
Blow dryer.
Blow dryer. You should do a game character series if you haven't already. Is there going to be more information about the giveaway coming up, like how to enter? Yes. Scott is going to be doing a video on that. We're going to give you guys a couple of weeks to enter the video or enter the drawing. That's our 1 million drawing, and they're going to be shipped out middle of October. So we'll give you a couple weeks to do it. He's still figuring out how he wants to put the video together. I watched your video on the cheap Artist Loft gouache, and you saved me from buying it. Got the Hemi gouache instead, and I'm really enjoying it. Thanks so much.
That's great. That's great.
Any chance Dr. Otto Octavius will make an appearance for October?
Oh gosh, I would love that.
That's funny. How was your day? Or who is that reading the chat? Sorry, I don't know your name. Oh, that's me. I'm Donna. Hi. Good day so far. It's very early for us. It's only 10 a.m. Why do you always have the red car on your desk?
Oh, that's Esmeralda. I have my son and we fixed up a 67 Cougar, and she's in the garage. So that's just a little reminder of it.
I know you do a lot of headshot drawings, but do you do many full body drawings?
Only a couple.
We have one dog. She's 11 almost, and she's a rescue. Is this Donna in octopus form, a Jane Austen book and tea?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not saying it could be me, but it could be. Have you heard of the book series Wings of Fire?
I don't think I have.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
What do you think about mixing What do you think about mixing paper mache and painting on a canvas?
I think it could be fun.
69 Chicken Finger says, my girlfriend is a 67 Cougar. How do you choose what colors to use for your piece?
I'm guessing. So what I'm doing is I'm trying not to have there be bright green, bright red, bright yellow. Like, I don't, just because I have the colors, I don't want to use them. So I'm trying to keep them all in the same kind of feel. So this is a very muted green, a very brown here. This is like a teal with some paint spray on it, and I haven't done any shadows yet. And I'm even thinking for the book, I want it to be kind of a burgundy. So I'm going to use this color. So I'm just trying to keep them in a very muted kind of place, so that way she stands out with her pinkness.
Thank you for an amazing reference. I just finished my sketch of the Octo-Brrr, and it was fun. I will color it later, but any tips for coloring it?
Oh, I look forward to seeing it.
Please post it for us in the Discord. We'd love to see it. Any tips for coloring? Sorry.
No, just have fun.
You often put a white outline over or around your drawings. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, it's in the my art is a mosaic video, but I got it from the movie poster artist Drew Struzan. Blow dryer.
You tried to animate drawing.
I did some covers for Dragon Ball Z magazine.
Do you have the painting that's my favorite one of yours that you've done right there? If they want to know what my favorite painting is of yours.
Okay, hold on.
Give him just 1 second. Gabrielle says, done is perfect, perfect is not done. Perfect is never done, and that goes for absolutely everything. That's my favorite painting that Scott does. It's huge. It's about 2 feet by 3 feet. Do you plan your color palettes before your drawings?
No.
Good question.
No, I just kind of look at it and kind of squint and go, what do I want to do? And
my favorite book is Pride and Prejudice from Jane Austen. The car on the desk is a Hot Wheel of a 67 Mercury Cougar. Scott's favorite animal is a cheetah. How do you draw faces exactly like the reference photo?
you can't. I mean, you can try, but the best way to do that is to trace it.
Tracy says, we know that your favorite color is Payne's Gray. What is your second favorite color?
Oh, I think it's this Windsor Orange.
I don't believe you've ever painted the Queen.
No.
Let's see. What do you do with the products that are sent to you after testing it?
Well, we're looking at doing a giveaway to send them all off to people.
We have gotten so many products and so many wonderful things that have been given to us that we're going to share them with all of you. And January is a really droopy month usually after all the holidays and everything else. So we're going to give away art supplies in January so everybody can art next year.
Okay.
2023.
One thing I don't think you've factored in
What?
Is our 30th anniversary is in January.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
We can do that. It's fine. In between our anniversary, we can do that. You guys are funny. It's almost 8 a.m. in California. I like drawing while watching you. Even an octopus can have the similarity to human life. You're funny. You're awesome, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Sophia's drinking Earl Grey this morning, and I am drinking the master blend of the Berries Irish tea, the strongest thing you can possibly drink.
So you see how I am now adding the shadows?
Oh yeah, and you're using purple for the shadows, correct?
Yep.
Nice. How are you so good at making things glow?
Oh, that's...
He's very good at color.
I like color. And lighting.
He says, oh, it's a fantasy book about dragons. I think he might like it. He doesn't have to read or search about it, but it's just a fun suggestion. It's more for kids.
Oh, thank you.
Inspired. Yeah, there we go. Which is good. I'm a new subscriber. Your art is
welcome.
Amazing, and you're such an inspiration.
Thank you very much.
Where do I send art that I made to you?
The Discord is the best place to do it.
Do you like warm or cool colors?
I think warm colors.
Please tell what this sketchbook is called again. I want to buy one like it.
Oh, this one is from a company called Loy. It's Loeil, and there should be a link to it in all of the products testing.
Yep, and I think there's a code for that, a discount code for that.
There should be, yeah.
Yeah, check that out because that'll give you a discount code. You can get some money off on that. Nishanka is a law student, and I love art so much, but I'm so busy for college, and I can't seem to get time to make art, but your videos always help me get relieved.
Oh, thank you.
You could keep a little book and a pencil in your pocket and draw anytime you're somewhere waiting in line for the train or the bus or, waiting for a class to start or whatever. Don't think that you can't take 5 minutes to do something that you love. One of the best, it's a very current thing that I learned that I've got from actually a book. It's called Tranquility by Tuesday. It's a brand new book. It's coming out. It's by one of my favorite authors about nonfiction. Her name is Laura Vanderkam, and she says, plan for the unexpected. If you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes in line at the post office, bring your book on Kindle on your phone, or you can bring a sketchbook with you and a pencil somewhere. You can always find 5 or 10 minutes to do something that you would like to do. There's always time. So, or when you're eating lunch or something, do it then. Don't give up art just because you're in law school. Don't give that up. It's good for your brain. Have you thought about doing a Greek mythology sketchbook and telling stories about the characters?
Yeah, I thought that would be really fun. Or maybe the mythologies from the different countries and stuff like that.
Do you ever keep fans' art?
Yeah, people have sent me stuff.
Your art is so inspiring. Love seeing your work.
Thank you very much.
Tracy says, any tips for someone who is nervous to draw in public?
I did a video on it, but essentially I put headphones on and don't look at other people. You know?
Yeah, I look at everybody and everything, and Scott doesn't look at anybody.
I don't look at other people. I don't care what they're looking at. I don't,
Do you prefer nonfiction or fiction books?
Fiction. Blow dryer.
Mythology characters and Steph Nerd. I am not going to try to pronounce that. That is too long of a word. Let's see. What's your favorite quote, Scott? You have a favorite quote, do you?
The first thing that came to mind was "Live long and prosper," but God, I'm sure if it was a quote, it might be either from Walt Disney or Gandalf.
Would you do a video on trying out paper mache and painting on canvas? I don't think Scott's into paper mache. But
yeah, I would have to learn it before I can do a video on it.
Yeah. I'm a huge introvert, so that's why I prefer drawing indoors. That's oh boy.
I'm a huge introvert too.
FC says the watercolor master is back. They want to know how you get the proportions so right.
Okay, obviously you're not talking about octopuses. I would say the first one is practice, and the second one is when practice doesn't work, I trace.
Have you tried the Prang watercolors?
No.
I've heard of them, but we've never tried them. I didn't think you had. The vibrant color matches the house environment from the outside sunset of the sea. I hadn't drawn anything in 2 years, but I started carving out 15 minutes to sketch whenever I wanted. It's been very relaxing.
Oh, that's great.
And Ileana says, I just love how your wife supports you.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. I smack him too plenty. Take out the trash.
She wishes.
I do. How often do you get to read comics?
I haven't read a comic in decades.
And do you edit your own videos?
I do. And I use Adobe Premiere, in case anybody's asking.
There you go. Am I okay to tag you in art made on Instagram?
Please. I can't promise that I will see everything, but if you guys have seen, me responding to comments, I do the best I can to respond to everybody.
You might miss some of them, guys. There's so many of you.
It's never personal. It's just, I'm only a human.
Are you? Really? Dang. You're superhuman. Sophia says, Donna's violence is all the energy you need this morning. You're welcome. Where did you find your love for watercolor? That is a great question, and I'm going to go upstairs on that, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay. I found my love because I was bored with colored pencils. And
how many years you had done colored pencils before?
Okay. I had done colored pencils for many years, and I just got tired of it. And so I was doing digital art, not painting, but 3D. That's where I did Spider-Man and whatnot. And then I got tired of the digital art. And so I said, I want to try something a little more artsy. And watercolor seemed like a good thing to try. But a lot of times you discover stuff because you see art that you like and you wonder how they use it. I got into gouache because I always thought Alex Ross, the comic book artist who does paintings, I always thought his work was watercolors, but then I found out it was gouache. I'd never heard of gouache. I actually went to art school as an illustration major and don't recall ever hearing about gouache. So I was really intrigued and went and got some. And it took me a year to feel comfortable using it, but I just painted something every day with it. And here comes Donna.
And Bullet in China Shop is back.
Yeah.
That's me. In case you didn't notice. Does your wife also do art? No, I don't do art. I do journal though, which is I write. And I have a travel journal. It is completely different than Scott's travel journal. I paste in pictures of where we've been. I write down the feel for where we've gone. I keep like brochures and different things from our trips and ticket stubs and fun things like that. Sort of like a collage.
Do you know what I forgot?
What?
The suctions on the tentacles. I just made basically every single one of these has no backside.
You're funny. Because you didn't want to paint them?
No, I forgot. That's why I said. That's why I used the word forgot, not because she has the yellow things here.
You're funny. Travels journals are still art. I think it's fun. I just got caught up on my travel journal. Can I tell you, it's about 6 inches thick. It is a chunky journal. But
All right.
I'm excited about it. I really like it. What are your tips on sticking to a project? Good question. Honey?
That's what I do the challenges for. That's how I do it, and I stick to a certain amount of given time, and that is it.
My favorite color is cobalt blue. I haven't tried junk journaling, but I do have a little book that I'm going to try junk journaling in, which is exciting. My favorite book is Pride and Prejudice. The Dragon Girl says, my friend told me that I can't draw, and since then, I haven't really had any motivation. Any advice to get motivation to draw again?
Yeah, get a different friend.
Scott.
Get a friend who's going to support you. Your friend shouldn't be telling you you're bad at something. That's just mean.
I know, but probably was for me. Have you ever got bored of drawing?
Yeah. I like I said, I was doing digital for about a decade because I was just bored of colored pencils and drawing and whatnot. So you go through periods, you go through different times.
Sophia Moreno says, Donna, I've been watching y'all for nearly a year now, and I just wanted to thank you guys. I started with y'all on TikTok and moved over to YouTube, and now I'm in my second year of college and grateful.
Oh, thank you.
We remember when you were starting college. I do. I remember when you were nervous to start college, and here you are. Look at you go. You should be super proud of yourself. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Ever heard of trash art? I heard it somewhere. It's an art style, I think. I've never heard of trash art. Like making art out of trash? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Sweet Swan says, I love this. Octopi are my favorite animal.
Oh.
Have you ever had to work with watercolors during college?
Yeah, I think I took like a watercolor class in college.
How long do you spend in the Hobbit hole each day?
I would say maybe 10 hours, 12 hours.
At least. You guys, he gets up, he runs downstairs to the Hobbit hole. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's a Monopoly reference for anybody who doesn't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
And I need to come in with some yellow here, and hopefully it can overpower the...
Do you have any tips on what to do when you don't know what to draw?
Yes. There's a video on what to do about art block. And I go and I look at other people's art. That's where I get my inspiration.
I go to the zoo. You should draw a red panda. Do you like musicals or do you prefer movies?
I prefer movies.
Do you know Julia Gisella? I have no idea who that is.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either. What's your opinion on reptiles and amphibians?
I think they're amazing.
I think they belong in the wild or behind glass. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know what that trash art is. That's kind of bugging me. Working on a piece for an art show yesterday. Really hope it goes well.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. That's so exciting. How long will the stream last? We go till about, we have about another 15 minutes. Shadow says, hey Donna, I'm trying to get into journaling and I bought a dotted journal to start. Do you have any tips on to start? I think Clever Fox is a good brand. What about you? Oh, I've heard about the Clever Fox journals and I've actually seen one. I think any journal that you want to pick up is fine. And anything you want to do is fine. I have different journals for different things. I have an art journal where I've been trying things like, I did try the oil pastels. I tried watercolor. I tried the wax.
Blow dryer. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. I think whatever makes you journal is what you want to do. And you don't have to have anything special. It's just like Scott says, you need a book and a pencil or a pen. That's it. I prefer a pen, but it doesn't matter. And if you're writing or doing art or whatever you're doing, just start. Just open the first page and start. Lucky Marvini says, I chose a more science physics related study path, but I'm really enjoying drawing and stuff like that. It's also the reason that I actually need to be making physics homework right now. Have you watched Hamilton? Yes, we have.
We did.
Is it all going to be the same octopus or doing different things or different octopuses?
I think it's going to be the same octopus.
At what price did you sell your first painting and at which age?
I think my first painting sale was that was what I got paid to do it. The first one we sold was that the Star Trek issue 2, and that was $1,500.
Wow. Is that octopus looking through your drawings in that book?
Yeah.
Are you ever going to do a stream with only digital drawing?
Oh, that might be a while. I'd have to get comfortable with it.
Scott, do you think watercolor is the hardest paint medium to learn?
No, it's the easiest.
Hi, I'm a 16-year-old artist. Any advice on doing composition? I can do the character designs, anatomy, and color theory, but with composition, it's still something I struggle with. You're amazing at it. That's Ash.
Well, thank you. I don't have any do these 5 simple steps. Everything I've learned has been, when I was in school, and it kind of, those things that you know, but you don't remember why you know them. You just remember somebody taught you. That's kind of how it is for me. So, but I mean, a lot of this, there are books on it and there are studies on it. I would say, look at How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. There's a lot of really good tips on storytelling and composition. And that's looking at panel by panel, but that still works for any kind of painting.
Do you think that a simple pencil sketch is a complete enough artwork?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Elliot says, October is my birth month. Seeing you make a series for October makes me feel so happy. Also, I used to have the nickname Octopus in middle school.
That's cute.
Did you use a reference image for this drawing?
No, I wish there was a reference image.
Oh, Anonymous says, look up what trash art is. It's some Picasso-looking stuff, apparently.
Ugh.
So then I guess no on that one. Oh, the litter box says, any tips on how to make Prismacolors break less?
Oh, no, I wish.
If we knew. Do you like BTS?
Not particularly.
Who's your favorite influencer?
Santa, yeah.
I love Santa because he's so positive. Really love him. How do you always get the motivation to color? Because I always just make pencil sketches. That's axolotl.
Sometimes that's all you want to do, and that's totally fine. You don't have to color. Art can be black and white, art can be anything. So don't feel like you have to color. That's just something that makes me happy.
Jai says, how do you stop yourself from spending too much money on art supplies? I've been temporarily banned from Hobby Lobby by my mom because I spent too much on art supplies.
Oh gosh.
Good grief. Scott doesn't know how to not spend money on art supplies. And I can attest to that. I've been around for 34 years. Let me tell you. What brushes do you use?
I am using right now watercolor brushes by Etcher Labs.
Do you like games?
I do.
I recommend Hollow Knight if you're looking for a challenge.
Oh, thank you.
What's a form of art you've always wanted to try?
Sculpting.
What's your favorite drawing you've ever made?
Probably the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Have you ever tried drawing decay or bones? By decay, I mean food. Oh.
I think I've done a skull once in a while.
God, I don't even remember when you would have done that. How do you find the right color? Sometimes I'm confused of what color to use.
That's just finding your own. The color is like the kind of clothes you wear. What you think is cool or what you like is going to be different than other people, and so it's a really more of a personal style.
Have you tried needle felting?
I have not.
I've always wanted to try that. I think that looks really, really cool, but it's very time consuming is what it looks like, at least to me. Learned the hard way. My painting professor told me that motivation can only get you so far. It's discipline that helps you. Hurt years ago, but so grateful of it now and have been grateful ever since.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Chef D says, me and my 3-year-old love watching you do art. Octopus are our favorite animal. Your art is amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's
so cute. I'm drawing a character from the game Splatoon. Have you ever played it?
I have not.
Emla Waffle says, hello, Mr. Scott. How is your day, night, evening going today?
So far, so good.
Vicky just got into watercolor just before I found you, and you've inspired me. Also, octopuses are my favorite sea creature.
Oh, that's great.
A lot of people like octopus. Wow. They're very, very smart, and they're very cool. I have 2 or 3 questions. This is Nicole and Lily. 1, reptiles or amphibians?
Oh, or not are.
Yes.
Reptiles.
Can we name the octopus Linda or Louise? And number 3 is more of a statement. I love your art. It's so inspiring.
Thank you very much.
You were using the etcher brushes on this one, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think Marvel before was better than it is now?
No. I look. If you read as many comic books as I did,
sure.
So many. You get storylines that you really like and storylines that you don't. You get characters you like and characters you don't. It comes and goes, and you get new editors, you get new editors in chief, you get new artists, you get new writers. Stuff just changes, and it's entertainment. They don't owe us anything.
Just when you guys, I think you guys have asked the same questions over and over again. We get one that has never been asked before, which always intrigues me. When is your creative high, day or night?
Day.
And do you have a favorite Star Trek character?
Ooh, either Picard or Data.
Felting is an awesome meditative thing to do until you jab yourself. Oh my God. Yeah, that would hurt. Have you watched Moon Knight?
Yes.
What is that white pen you are using?
That is a Uniball Signo. Mm-hmm. But she's a lot pinker here, huh?
Yeah, but she's sitting in front of the fireplace there.
That's true.
And it's sort of the nighttime vibe with the fireplace coming off of her. I think she looks great.
Should I do?
Scott gets his art supplies from either Blick, which is they have stores in some areas and they're online. And he buys some things at our local art store. Actually, he buys stuff at Michael's too, so he buys stuff everywhere. So, is it just me, or if you Stare at your own sketch for too long, it gets worse and worse.
Yep. It's every artist.
Opinions on Vector in Umbrella Academy.
Vector was the box, I think, and I did not understand that character. Unless I meant Victor.
You've got several people who want you to draw Princess Diana. My watercolor never looks that good, says Madison. Vicky says, I love Blick's website. It's dangerous. What is your opinion on the style used for the Sonic franchise? What are some things you like or dislike about it?
I like the original game art.
Stephanie says, can confirm, same thing happens when decorating cakes. I need to walk away. See, any art form, you need to just maybe take a break and walk away and come back to it. Bavisha says, hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Little hearts. How excited were you when you got to work on that Spider-Man comic? That was CGI.
It was the answer. It was the culmination of my whole childhood.
What are your opinions of Dom's colored pencils? You've ever tried them?
I don't think I've tried them, no.
Do you like The Office?
I tried watching it. I couldn't get into it. Don't tell John about that, though.
Yeah, we don't speak of that. Can you do The Rock? He did The Rock.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Go back a couple of videos.
Yeah, well, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yes, he has done a Harry Potter sketchbook.
Tons of them, yeah.
Yes. You know how you wanted some tips on digital art? There is a tool that helps you go inside the lines.
Oh, that's cool.
Tea, always tea. The answer is, if there is no tea, we'll bring our own tea because we do. Well, I do. Do you have any tips on how to make hands? Oh boy.
There's a video on it. Not my favorite thing, but yes.
Have you watched Top Gun? If you haven't, you should. It's an amazing movie.
I did. I watched it 30 years ago.
What's your opinion on Norman Rockwell's art?
Oh, it's amazing.
Will you try Procreate?
If I ever get, I have an iPad, but if I ever get one of those pens, I can try it. Yeah.
Will you make an animated series of Octo-Brrr?
Oh gosh, I don't know if there's enough there, but we could see.
Oh my God, is there even that Bloxburg show says, do you prefer British or American tea? Are you kidding me? Americans don't know how to make tea. So, and I was born and raised here. So we're going to go with British tea for the win. What is the art supply you regret buying?
Acrylics.
Aditha says, my mom blames my art for not getting good grades. She calls them scribblings. She forced me to stop drawing. Now I feel a void. What should I do? I'm really hurt by her actions. Should I continue? Oh boy. Well,
we don't want to go against what your mom says. She's obviously just wants you to do good in school. Is it really affecting your class? I mean, look, I'll be honest. I was a bad student and all I did was draw. So I didn't do good.
It's not a good thing to do.
It's not, but here I am. The point is that you got to get through school.
You do.
You have to get through school, but school doesn't take up 24 hours a day. There's always time to sit. And like I said, I think if you take a journal and you draw the world around you, it'll help you artistically, and you can get. And no one's going to complain because you're sitting there drawing your original anime character. Draw the world around you. It'll make you a better artist, and it'll look more like a diary in a journal. That's the best thing. I mean, look, sitting at a doctor's office, going to a museum, walking around the streets, going to an arcade, you can just sketch stuff. That's all you need to do.
You have to cut your mom some slack. She really does mean well. You do have to finish school, and she wants you to get good grades in school. So my suggestion would be, if you put a little more effort into your studies, would she be more willing to let you pursue art a little more if you put more effort into your studies? That's all I'm saying. I'm not in any way saying she should take that away or not take that away, but I'm saying she means well. I have an iPad pen, but I don't use it. What is your favorite movie?
The Princess Bride.
Maverick is so good. So you've done 30 Days of National Animals. What about National Flowers? You did National
Yes,
Flowers.
there was a national flower in every one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I am done.
Has a tea drinker. Wait, that one disappeared. Good grief, you guys are. I stand by everything you said about tea. Also, the octopus is 11 sugar cubes out of 5. That's cute. It time lapses your video on Procreate. That way you can make a video about it.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. You haven't done poster paints yet, have you?
No, we don't have any yet.
You should do a part 2 of the 30 Days of National Animals of the World. What's your favorite line from The Princess Bride? Mine is "As you wish."
Oh,
go ahead.
Gosh, no, I'll think of one.
I recently made a travel journal of a historic site. That's exciting.
That's great.
What do you think about Black Ariel?
Oh, I think she was amazing. I painted her. Here, look.
I don't think she needs to be referred to as Black Ariel. I think she should just be referred to as
Just Ariel, but you could say the new Ariel, the live action Ariel.
Correct. Have you tried a rubber hose style drawing? I don't even know what that is.
No.
Can you try Camlin acrylics or Camlin watercolor cakes, please?
I could look into it. Yeah.
I'll write that down too. We've got Brustro and Camlin. I've got those on a post-it. How many years have you been painting?
Well, it feels like I've been painting for 100 years today. But no. I've only been doing watercolor for about maybe 12, 13 years.
Thank you for bringing beautiful art and laughter and love to all of us.
Oh, thank you for hanging out with us.
National foods. How do you stay committed to the 30-day challenges? Good question.
It's usually about 2/3 of the way I start to go, God, when is this going to end? And then you finish and everybody's like, when are you going to start the next one? I'm like, I just need a little break. Blow dryer.
You have a book.
There's a couple books. Yeah, there's Bridgman's Anatomy. I would recommend.
I think so, yeah. If you go to the resources page, there's a list of books that Scott recommends. Do you have advice on about how to tell your friends that you can't draw for them all the time? I draw as a hobby and I get bombarded with requests 24/7, but I don't know how to say no without hurting feelings.
Oh, just say if I have time. I'd be happy to if I have the time. And then if they keep pestering you, you say, look, I'm really busy, or I just don't have the time. And you don't want to ever charge. I never charge my friends for art, but they know that if I don't, they know it's free, so they know not to pressure me.
What's your favorite song?
Future Love Paradise by Seal.
Have you watched the Karate Kid movies or Cobra Kai?
We watched the original Karate Kid movies, yeah.
I'm a young artist. Should I start with realistic drawings or any style is okay?
Just draw from life. If you want to call that realism, you can, but you can do it in a cartoony style. But just start drawing from life. Draw the world around you. That's what makes you a better artist, by being able to draw what you see.
This is I shall try and reason with her, the one with the mom.
Oh, blow dryer. All right.
I think the next Octo-Brrr should be drawing or journaling.
We are done.
Do you ever give art as a gift to people?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my God, so much art presents. Are you able to draw without referencing?
I am here, but I don't like it. I don't enjoy drawing out of my head.
October should be Inktober, right? Well, you don't have
No,
to.
Inktober is something else, but I was just saying,
We went a different way.
Yeah, there's Spooktober, there's Inktober, there's, you know, it's they're all just different prompts.
Watercolor cakes or tubes?
I like the tubes.
Pizza with no cheese. Hi, Scott. I've never been able to catch a stream. Just wanted to say hi.
Well, hello.
Have you watched any animes?
Yes.
What kind of sketch pad are you using?
This is by Loy. Loeil, but it's Loy in
You tried
French.
surrealism art. It's my favorite.
I have not.
What inspired you to share your amazing work on YouTube? By the way, I love your work.
It was Dan Povenmire who convinced me to try it.
White Creative says, hey, Scott, I'm a 13-year-old and I'm currently making a comic book. Any tips on that? Love your work.
Oh, congrats. Well, finish it. That's my biggest thing is finish it. So many people start their comics and don't finish it. So I would love to see you finish it.
Should I buy Teddy Bear Dreams for my younger cousin?
If you can find a copy.
Yeah. I've never seen someone use a blow dryer with watercolors before. I really want to try it now.
Oh, yeah. It definitely speeds things up.
And Aditha says, update. Well, I asked her. She said that if I show her significant growth in school, I could restart my art. So I shall start grinding harder for school. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good luck.
India. See, it's so good. She gets it. She just wants you to do good in school. That's all us moms ever want is the best for our kiddos. How do you make your artwork look professional? Most of mine looks messy.
Mine looks messy too. It's not professional at all.
What's the most unconventional experimental art medium you've tried to create with?
Crayons. All right, we're gonna be done.
Are we done?
Yeah, it's been over 90 minutes.
Yeah. Gosh, I didn't even notice.
I've said it a couple times, but you kept going.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go sit down. Donna's gonna make some scones.
I was gonna ask you if it was a scone day.
It is like a scone day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love you all. We will see you on.
No cameos of the furry friend today. Sorry about that. No, not today.
We will see you on Friday.
Oh, they want a close up so they can see your line work. Can you hold it up to the camera?
Yeah. Tell me if it gets blurry. Well, let me blow dry it real quick. Blow dryer. Is it blurry?
No, it's not blurry. Just stop moving it every 30 seconds. There you go. Hold it still. Wait, now. There you go. Stay right there. Can you guys see the line work okay now? If you go to the link in our bio of products we've tried, that's where you can find the book that he's using right now. And there should be a code there. You can get, I think, 10 or 15% off. So use that so you can get a discount.
All right. Donna, you have to hit the
I
close.
have to hit the
yes.
stream. Okay,